Hey, this is Augie, Augie's Locker Room. When you come to the store, you're going to see things that you've probably never seen before unless you've been to a museum. Great items that go back to the Rockney era to the present. Website, augieslockerroom.com. Visit us here or the website.
The Notre Dame football team of the first 8 games of 2022 gave way to a completely different Notre Dame football team in game number 9 as Notre Dame manhandles Clemson 35-14. Tim, Notre Dame rushes for 263 yards, a number that seemed a bit unfathomable against that type of defensive line. Notre Dame dominated the trenches against that defensive line pretty much from start to finish. You had touchdowns from Estime, Pine, and Mayer on offense, the 96-yard return by Benjamin Morrison on defense. And, hey, how about that? A block punt and a touchdown, a block by Jordan Botello, and a score by Prince Colley. This was a very one-sided game. The 6-3 Irish just manhandled number 4 Clemson.
They're the hardest guys to tackle in the country when they get going. And give a lot of credit to Benjamin Morrison, though. I mean, obviously a 96-yard touchdown is a pretty big deal, and he set up a touchdown with his pick. But I feel like that 28 just ended it, where I don't believe Clemson would have given in much if they had scored when it was 21-0 down in the Notre Dame red zone. We said the red zone stop needs to happen. It was not only that; it was a score the other way.
It was over 21-0.
Yes,
with the way
it would have continued.
No doubt about it. And a lot of credit to L. Golden's defense. You know, they gave up 2 touchdowns in the second half, but this was a complete performance. I mean, you know, at a certain point they're going to throw, and they're going to get a couple scores. This was completely different than anything that had happened defensively in the first 8 games. And what a credit to L. Golden and that defense. Notre Dame's defensive line, you know, which has struggled at times this year, completely outplayed their opposing defensive line. Brian Mason is absolutely incredible, comes up with another way. And, you know, I thought Marcus Freeman said it great after the game. I mean, it's the whole world knows they're coming after you, and they come up with another way. I'm interested to look to see exactly the breakdown of what they did, but it was another way to overpower a punt team.
Really a remarkable effort by Mason so far. It is a game-changing play, and I put in the title, Special Teams Defense Bludgeon Clemson. They rushed for 267 yards with that offensive line. We started the game looking down at the field, and I said, Clemson has 17 guys in the box. This is going to be a problem. It did not matter the entire game. I don't know at any point that it seemed like Notre Dame couldn't run the ball on them, and Tommy Reese mixed in the pass exactly how he had to do it. The call to Drew Pine on the quarterback keeper was fantastic. And then, of course, the touchdown to end it all with Michael Mayer was a good tip of the cap to Michael Mayer to get that record here in front of his brother who was in town from Arkansas State, and, of course, there are a lot of friends here as well.
Yeah, there were a couple. And you know, I mean, you're running the ball, and you mix some stuff in there, and it worked. Drew Pine was just 9 of 17, less than 100 yards. But again, he protected the football. Notre Dame's offensive line did really, in addition to being fantastic running the ball, they did a great job of protecting Pine. Pine took a couple shots. He was pinballed around like we thought that he would on a couple of occasions, but he hung in there. And you know, this is a performance for the ages. Is it the Clemson team that we've seen in recent years? No, but this is still the Clemson program that came in here with 14 straight wins, 8-0 this season, in position to make the college football playoff, and they were hammered.
It is the best rushing performance I have seen against a top team by Notre Dame since the Lou Holtz era. I'm sure I'm forgetting one, but not in a game as important as this against number 4 Clemson. It's a playoff team in mid-November. They have eliminated Clemson from the playoffs with this win, 27 straight against the ACC. And when you look back, Notre Dame's offensive line manhandles the ACC most of the time.
Yeah, 27 straight wins over the ACC in a regular season. DJ Uiagalelei was 27 of 39 for 191. He was pulled after that. Yeah. He actually made some really clutch throws in that series, then was replaced by Cade Klubnik. Ben Morrison jumped that route, and Notre Dame turns that into a touchdown. Michael Mayer sets the touchdown record. And the 2 turnovers, I mean, you were saying that, I mean, they do start to come in bunches. They could have had 3 last week. They get 2 this week. Man, I mean, you feel so good for Marcus Freeman and these players. And I thought, you know, Marcus Freeman in the postgame was extremely clear-minded and very descriptive of what's happened in preparation for this game. And, you know, again, we talk about execution, I mean, he's absolutely right. Notre Dame executed perfectly. Their game plan was outstanding. They deserve all the credit and all the plaudits that come with beating number 4 Clemson.
A little bit of credit to the defense as well. We mentioned Morrison, but J.D. Bertrand, Justin Adamiola, and Tariq Bracy had fantastic games defensively. They have really, and Isaiah Foskey as well. Isaiah Foskey making big plays. This defense has improved a lot, where that game in Los Angeles is going to be something to watch, because USC better be ready, because Notre Dame might not pass until the fourth quarter when they feel like it. Because this team, the way they are running the ball, the way that this defensive line is playing, it's going to be very hard to beat Notre Dame going forward.
If you can't admit that J.D. Bertrand is one hell of a college linebacker, you just don't want to. You refuse to. You're watching. You either refuse to, or you're watching and you're not seeing, because he was all over the field tonight. He had a great game last week against Syracuse. He had a great game against Stanford. His diagnostic abilities are tremendous. People can say whatever they want. They're wrong about J.D. Bertrand as a college linebacker. He was great tonight. Notre Dame was great tonight in a 35-14 victory over Clemson.